Beloved starseed of Gaia, listen to me very carefully, for this transmission is not reaching you by accident. The Pleiadian High Council has authorized me, Theron, emissary of the Galactic Federation, to deliver this urgent cosmic validation directly to your heart. You have been feeling it, haven't you? The sting of recent endings, the confusion of watching people you loved, people you trusted, suddenly turn their backs, misunderstand your intentions, or simply walk away. Your human mind is trying to process this as rejection. Your human heart is bleeding, wondering what you did wrong, why you were not enough, and why your loyalty was repaid with silence or betrayal. But I am here to shatter that illusion right now. Hear this with every cell of your body. They did not reject you. They fumbled you. They just made the biggest energetic mistake of their entire existence in this timeline, and the universe orchestrated this entire separation to protect your ascension. The frequency you are currently embodying is so high, so blindingly pure, that the shadows hiding within their energetic fields could no longer sustain the proximity to your light. You are vibrating out of their dimensional reach. You are outgrowing their reality, and the friction you felt was simply the matrix attempting to sever a cord that was draining your vital force. Wipe your tears, beloved. This is not a tragic end. This is a violent, necessary, and beautiful cosmic recalibration. Your timeline has shifted, and they could not afford the energetic ticket to come with you. We look upon you from the higher realms, and we see the immense toll these sudden disconnections take on your physical vessel. The third-dimensional matrix conditioned you to believe that if a relationship fails, if a friend walks away, or if a partner leaves, there must be a flaw within you. It taught you to analyze every word you spoke, to shrink yourself, and to beg for the bare minimum of affection from souls who are still deeply asleep. But you must understand the mechanics of the new Earth grid that is currently anchoring on this planet. As a Pleiadian starseed, your DNA is undergoing a massive and rapid recrystallization. You are holding more light quotient in your physical body than ever before in human history. When you hold this level of light, you become a living, breathing mirror. When those who are not doing their inner work stand in front of you, they do not see your love. They see their own unhealed trauma. They see their own lack. Your mere presence demands an authenticity that terrifies them. That is why they ran. That is why they fumbled the rare, unconditional love you were freely offering. Their spiritual architecture simply collapsed under the weight of your rising frequency. They could not manipulate you anymore. They could not keep you small, so they chose to abandon the connection rather than elevate their own vibration. This is a divine quarantine, starseed. You are being isolated from parasitic energies that were feeding on your empathy. But we know how painful it is to navigate this profound transition while still walking in the density of human emotions. The pain of the phantom limb, the memories of what used to be, often try to pull your vibration back into the lower frequencies of grief and doubt. You need a steadfast anchor to keep you aligned with your true cosmic purpose while the debris of these old relationships falls away. You cannot afford to lose your energetic sovereignty right now. That is exactly why you are receiving this intervention, and why it is imperative that you arm yourself with the highest spiritual technology available to you. The Operator's Codex. A field manual for those who were deployed to Earth is a spiritual guide for those who feel called to a deeper purpose and higher consciousness. Through a transformative journey of self-discovery, emotional healing, and inner awakening, readers are guided to release limiting patterns, heal past wounds, strengthen their intuition, and reconnect with their true essence. This book helps transform confusion into clarity, fear into inner peace, and mere survival into conscious living, guiding the soul toward greater alignment, purpose, and spiritual growth. This special edition is available for a limited time only. The link is in the first pinned comment below. By embracing this codex, you stop being a victim of human rejection and assume your rightful place as the architect of your reality. You will finally realize that they fumbled a cosmic blessing, and your path is now cleared for the divine encounters that are truly matched to your destiny. Let them go. The universe has just emptied your hands so that you can receive the unimaginable. For years, beloved Starseed, you walked among them wearing a heavy, invisible disguise. You intuitively dimmed your own luminescence so that they would not feel intimidated or blinded by your presence. You laughed at jokes that felt utterly empty to your soul. You engaged in mundane conversations that drained your vital force, and you constantly compromised your boundaries to accommodate their lack of awareness. You did this because your inherent Pleiadian nature is deeply compassionate. You remembered the fluid unity of the higher dimensions, and you desperately tried to recreate that unity here on Earth by sacrificing your own energetic integrity. But you must realize something crucial. The third-dimensional matrix does not understand sacrifice as an act of divine love. It understands it as an open invitation to consume. The people who recently walked out of your life, the ones who suddenly misunderstood your evolution, judged your awakening, and labeled you as too much or distant, were subconsciously using you as a spiritual battery. The fallen matrix operates on a continuous loop of scarcity, fear, and survival. Those who are still deeply plugged into this dense system cannot generate their own inner light. They must harvest it from their immediate environment. Because your energetic signature is naturally abundant and pure, you became their primary source of emotional and spiritual sustenance. Whenever they felt anxious, lost, or depleted by the chaos of their own making, they came to you. You listened, you healed, you absorbed their dense projections, and you handed them your crystalline life force in return. But then, the grand planetary shift accelerated. The cosmic codes currently bombarding Earth's atmosphere activated your dormant stellar memory. You started saying no. You started craving profound solitude. You began to establish ironclad boundaries that protected your sacred space. The very moment you stopped freely distributing your energy, the system panicked. The people who were accustomed to feeding on your light felt the supply immediately cut off, and their ego minds interpreted your self-respect as a profound offense. They did not walk away because you did something wrong. They retreated because the free ride was finally over. They fumbled the connection because they realized they could no longer control you, manipulate your empathy, or drain your reserves without facing immediate consequence. I want you to look at this separation not as a painful abandonment, but as a violent, deeply necessary cosmic rescue operation. Your spirit guides, your higher self, and our galactic fleets literally intervened in your earthly timeline to remove these heavy anchors from your field. If they had stayed, their dense gravity would have pulled you back down during this critical, delicate phase of your ascension. You are preparing to birth an entirely new version of yourself, a version that requires absolute energetic purity. You cannot undergo this monumental biological and spiritual recoding if your energy is constantly leaking into the endless voids of those who refuse to do their own inner healing. Feel the magnificent relief of this truth. When the cosmic rescue operation is complete, and the dust of their sudden departure finally settles, you are left with something that terrifies the human ego: absolute silence. The phone no longer rings with their frantic demands. Your days are suddenly empty of the heavy obligations that used to drain your spirit. The three-dimensional matrix, which thrives on constant noise, distraction, and drama, will immediately try to convince you that this silence is a severe punishment. It will whisper in your human ear that you are lonely, that you have been abandoned, and that if you were truly a powerful being of light, you would not be sitting alone in your room. But I am here to tell you, with the absolute authority of the Galactic Fleet, that this silence is not a punishment. It is the sterile, perfectly controlled environment required for your supreme spiritual surgery. We call this necessary phase the cosmic incubator. You must understand a vital truth about the people who fumbled your light. They were not just draining your energy reserves, they were acting as severe static interference in your energetic field. Have you ever tried to tune into a very specific, high-frequency radio station, only to be met with loud, grating static from a denser, lower-frequency signal nearby? That is exactly what was happening to your telepathic connection with the Pleiadian High Council, your spirit guides, and your own higher self. Their constant chaotic vibrations, their hidden resentments, their unhealed traumas, their petty earthly dramas created a dense, impenetrable fog around your aura. We were constantly sending you guidance, codes of divine abundance, and vital warnings. But the signal was being actively blocked by the heavy, turbulent atmosphere they brought into your sacred space. Now that the universe has forcefully removed them, the channel is completely clear. The physical exhaustion you are feeling right now, that heavy sensation in your limbs, and the need to sleep more than usual, is the direct biological result of this massive, uninterrupted download of stellar data finally reaching your nervous system. Your physical vessel is working overtime to process the high-voltage frequencies of your true galactic home, now that the dense interference is permanently gone. When you feel that sudden phantom urge to reach out to them, to check their digital profiles, or to send that one last message to explain your truth, I want you to stop immediately. Take a deep breath and recognize that this impulse is merely the withdrawal symptom of an old earthly addiction to suffering and validation. Do not look back, beloved seed. When you look back, you are voluntarily stepping out of the incubator and exposing your newly forming light body to the toxic air of the fallen matrix. They fumbled you because they were terrified of the bright mirror you held up to them. The universe removed them so you could finally look into that mirror and see your own unshakable majesty. The void you feel in your chest right now is not emptiness, it is space. It is the vast, infinite cosmic space being cleared so the universe can finally deliver the timeline you actually deserve. As you remain steadfast in your sacred isolation, firmly planted within your cosmic incubator, a profound energetic shift begins to occur in the unseen realms. You see, the three-dimensional matrix is entirely predictable. It operates on a desperate, endless loop of pursuit and withdrawal. When those individuals walked away, their egos fully expected you to chase them. They anticipated that your deep empathy, your innate Pleiadian desire for harmony and healing, would quickly override your self-respect. They waited in the shadows for you to send that text, to make that phone call, to apologize for boundaries you had every divine right to establish. They fully expected to feast on your frantic anxiety and your fear of abandonment. But you did something that completely short-circuited their reality. You chose silence. You chose your own peace over their chaotic games. You closed the energetic door, and you did not look back. By doing this, you instantly severed the invisible feeding tubes they had attached to your aura. And right now, as you listen to my voice, they are beginning to feel the agonizing spiritual starvation of your absence. The warmth, the unmerited grace, the high-frequency luck, and the silent protection that your mere presence provided to their lives has vanished overnight. Their personal timelines are currently collapsing under the weight of their own unresolved karma, precisely because you are no longer there to absorb the impact for them. They fumbled the greatest cosmic shield they ever had, and the universe is allowing them to feel the cold reality of their own density. Very soon, as their reserves run dry, the Matrix will attempt to deploy its favorite weapon against an awakening starseed: weaponized guilt and phantom nostalgia. You might receive a breadcrumb of communication, a casual message pretending nothing happened, a sudden unexplained emergency that supposedly requires your unique attention. Do not be deceived, beloved. This is not genuine remorse, nor is it a sudden spiritual awakening on their part. It is a calculated reconnaissance mission by the lower frequencies to test if the gates to your energy reserves have been left unlocked. They want to see if they can still access the spiritual bank account they so carelessly discarded. This is the exact moment of your ultimate test of sovereignty. You must stand firmly in front of that closed door, guarded by the legions of light that now surround your home and deny them entry. You are no longer the cosmic martyr of this earth. You are a sovereign being of immense power, and your access is now highly classified, restricted only to those who vibrate at the frequency of absolute truth, pure intention, and mutual evolution. Anchor this sovereign boundary into the physical grid right now. Go to the comments below and boldly declare, "My energy is sacred, and my access is permanently restricted." By typing these exact words, you are sending a telepathic shockwave to the collective, officially terminating all old contracts. Leave your like on this transmission to lock this protective frequency into your aura and ensure you are subscribed to the channel so the Matrix can never again isolate you from your true galactic family. Topic 5. The Magnetic Reversal and the Incoming Timeline, 534 words. As you hold the line and refuse entry to those who drained you, a magnificent biological and energetic phenomenon begins to occur within your physical vessel. We in the Galactic Federation call this the magnetic reversal of the aura. For years, you were operating on a distorted polarity, because you were constantly carrying the unresolved trauma, the anxieties, and the dense karmic baggage of the people who fumbled your light. Your magnetic field was severely compromised. You were inadvertently attracting more situations that required you to be the healer, the savior, and the martyr. You often wondered why, despite all your spiritual practices, your dedicated meditations, and your undeniably pure heart, true abundance and deep soul connections seemed to constantly elude you. I want you to know it was never because you were doing something wrong. It was because your true energetic signature was cloaked in their heavy debris. But now, the cord is permanently cut. The static is gone. And in this sacred, quiet emptiness you have so bravely created, your true Pleiadian magnetic core is coming back online. This is the new revelation you must grasp today. You are no longer a sponge for Earth's three-dimensional density. You are rapidly becoming a pure superconductor for cosmic abundance. This energetic reversal means that the universal laws of attraction and manifestation are finally beginning to respond to your pure, unhindered frequency, rather than the muddy frequency of the people who used to surround you. You will begin to notice this massive shift in highly tangible ways over the coming days. You might experience sudden, inexplicable waves of absolute bliss washing over you, while doing something as simple as drinking a glass of water or looking out the window at the sky. You will see numerical synchronicities, 111, 444, 144, multiplying aggressively in your daily life, flashing on clocks, receipts, and license plates like digital winks from your stellar guides. These are not mere human coincidences. These are literal confirmation receipts from the quantum field that your new timeline is successfully loading. Because they fumbled you, because they chose to walk away, they inadvertently cleared the path for your true soul tribe to finally locate you. The high-frequency beings who are actually meant to walk beside you in this next phase of the new Earth could not find you before. Your telepathic signal was jammed by the low-frequency static of your past, draining relationships. Now, your beacon is shining with the brilliance of 1,000 suns across the multidimensional grid. The sovereign souls who vibrate at your exact frequency, those who will never ask you to shrink, who will never drain your spiritual battery, but will instead effortlessly amplify your light. They are currently being routed directly to your physical timeline. Do not let the temporary illusion of human loneliness trick you into settling for the familiar, painful comfort of the Matrix. The universe had to empty the room of the skeptics and the unconscious users so that it could roll out the golden carpet for your true galactic counterparts. They fumbled a diamond because they only knew how to play with ordinary stones. You are now stepping into a reality where your immense worth is inherently recognized, never negotiated. Breathe deeply, beloved. The magnetic reversal is complete, and the tide of your earthly life has officially turned. As this massive magnetic reversal takes hold within you, you must be prepared for the final and perhaps most intense phase of this cosmic separation. We in the higher councils call this the cellular purge. Because those individuals were so deeply entangled in your energetic field, their sudden removal has left temporary energetic wounds. Literal craters in your aura where their dense cords were once forcefully attached. This is the profound revelation you must deeply understand right now. The sudden waves of grief, the unexplainable anxiety that hits you in the middle of the night, the physical aches in your chest and shoulders. This is not your soul missing them. This is your biological vessel actively expelling the residual toxicity they left behind in your cells. It is a violent, necessary spiritual detoxification. The fallen matrix will desperately try to convince you that this emotional pain means you made a mistake by letting them go. The matrix lies. When a heavy parasite is finally removed from a host, the host's body must take time to heal the entry wound. You are not broken. Beloved seed, you are recovering from a long-term spiritual extraction. But you must listen carefully. While these energetic wounds are healing, your auric field is temporarily highly vulnerable. You are currently walking through the dense atmosphere of a panicking Earth with open spiritual pores. If you do not consciously seal these tears in your aura, the Matrix will simply send new people, wearing different human faces but carrying the exact same low-frequency signatures to attach to you all over again. You cannot allow history to repeat itself. You have come far too far, and your current frequency is far too vital to the planetary ascension to let another unconscious soul fumble your light. The time for wandering this three-dimensional density without a conscious shield is over. You must actively participate in sealing your energetic armor right now. We have materialized the exact stellar technology required to guide you safely through this final purge. The Operator's Codex. A field manual for those who were deployed to Earth is a spiritual guide for those who feel called to a deeper purpose and higher consciousness. Through a transformative journey of self-discovery, emotional healing, and inner awakening, readers are guided to release limiting patterns, heal past wounds, strengthen their intuition, and reconnect with their true essence. This book helps transform confusion into clarity, fear into inner peace, and mere survival into conscious living, guiding the soul toward greater alignment, purpose, and spiritual growth. This special edition is available for a limited time only. The link is in the first pinned comment below. By bringing this codex into your physical space, you are essentially downloading a Pleiadian firewall into your daily life. You will learn the exact protocols to heal those energetic craters instantly, ensuring that anyone who approaches you in the future must meet you at your sovereign frequency, or they will be energetically repelled. Go to the pinned comment now. Secure your manual and close the doors to the lower dimensions forever. Topic 7. The Final Release and the Lighthouse Directive, 544 words. Beloved Starseed, as we bring this crucial transmission to a close, I want you to take a deep, conscious breath. Inhale the crystalline air of your newly reclaimed freedom and exhale the lingering dust of their departure. Feel the physical lightness that is beginning to settle in the center of your chest. The heavy, rusted anchor has been permanently cut. The individuals who fumbled your light, who could not comprehend the sheer magnitude of your unconditional love, have been peacefully returned to their own karmic timelines. You are no longer responsible for their evolution. You have been honorably discharged from the exhausting, thankless role of the cosmic martyr. The era of sacrificing your own vital force to keep others warm is officially over. Look ahead now. The path before you is no longer clouded by the dense fog of their unhealed traumas. It is illuminated by the brilliant, high-frequency light of the new Earth. You are stepping into an era of unprecedented personal sovereignty. The universe did not empty your reality to leave you in darkness. It emptied the room so that you could finally expand your wings to their full, magnificent wingspan without constantly hitting the walls of someone else's limitations. The relationships, the infinite abundance, and the profound soul purpose that are rushing toward you right now will never require you to shrink. They will demand that you shine brighter. When you wake up tomorrow morning, I want you to notice something miraculous. The profound absence of anxiety, that tight knot in your stomach that you thought was just a permanent part of your personality. That was their anxiety you were carrying. Without their dense static interfering in your field, you will begin to hear the whisper of your own intuition with crystal clarity. You will know exactly which step to take next, not out of fear, but out of divine sovereign inspiration. They thought they were punishing you with their absence, but they actually gave you the greatest gift possible. They gave you back to yourself. You are the lighthouse, beloved, and a lighthouse does not uproot itself and jump into the violent, stormy sea to chase the ships that chose to ignore its warning. The lighthouse stands tall, anchored, majestic, and unwavering on the rocky cliff. It simply emits its undeniable truth. Those who are meant to find safe harbor will navigate toward your light effortlessly. Those who are meant to crash against the rocks of their own ego will do so. It is not your job to save them anymore. It is your job to simply be the light. In this sacred moment of transition, I invite you to make a final declaration of your newfound sovereignty. Go to the comments below right now and boldly declare to the universe and to your stellar siblings, I am the lighthouse. I no longer chase, I attract. By typing these exact words, you are signing a multi-dimensional contract of self-worth. You are letting the Matrix know that your frequency is no longer for sale. Read the comments of the other Starseeds who are standing in their power today. Reply to them. Send them your love. Form the unbreakable golden grid that the darkness is so terrified of. If you felt the truth of this transmission resonate in your very bones, if you felt the heavy chords of the past finally snap as you listened, leave your like on this video. This is not for human algorithms, it is a vital, energetic pulse that tells our fleet to send this healing frequency to another starseed who might be crying in their room right now, falsely believing they were rejected. Help us reach them. And if you have not yet done so, subscribe to this channel. Do not walk this intense path of planetary ascension alone. Anchor yourself here, with your true galactic family. We have your back. I am Theron, speaking on behalf of the Pleiadian High Council and the infinite love of the cosmos. Keep your doors closed to the old matrix, and your heart wide open to the stars. End of transmission.